Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How's it going? Guys, I have a RTX 3080 and this is the Zotac Trinity. I just received this and I am going to be doing the hash rate video on this card, okay? So, as you guys know, I haven't been doing the 3080 hash rate yet because I've figured out that all the 3080s are different. All of them are so different in terms of power consumption, hash rates, all that kind of stuff. And mainly the biggest issue with these, the RTX 3080s mainly is the heat problem, okay? The GDDR6X memory, as I found out, is really hot on both sides. And a few of these 3080s thermal throttle very easily. So I am just gonna quickly talk about which versions I've had thermal throttling issues. So Gigabyte for sure has an issue with thermal throttling. This is a gaming OC one. Then I have the MSI Ventus, which doesn't have any thermal throttling issues. I'm able to achieve 100 mega hash. Next one here is the EVGA XE3, and this one does kind of have some thermal throttling as well, but when the ambient temperature is a bit better, then it can go up to 100 mega hash. But right now, I think it's like 97. I'll show the Hive OS for this whole rig. This EVGA for the Win 3 definitely has a silicon lottery issue because I cannot even put the memory past, I think, 1500 in Hive OS, or otherwise it just freezes. So yeah, this 3080, it's just so bad. And another bad one I have here is the Msi Gaming X Trio. This one definitely has some kind of memory issue or thermal throttle. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but the Trio definitely has an issue. And then going down here, I have a 6x Asus Tough Rig. And yes, these cards also thermal throttle. I'll show the hash rates on the screen here, but yeah, these cards are not doing too well because I guess the ambient temperature in my garage here is a bit too hot. And I also do have like a little shop fan pointed at it as well, but it's not the best. It's not helping much. So I am thinking later on of taking these cards out and putting them in a server case. So stay tuned for that video. And then recently you guys saw this mining rig here. This is a 6x RTX 3080 mining rig, and these are the EVGA for the Win 3 edition cards. And yeah, silicon lottery, I had 5 of them that were good, except for this one right here, which was giving me a lot of issues. I can only go up to like 900 in the memory on Windows or 1800 in Hive OS, okay? So I'm only able to get about 96 to 97 mega hash on this one. I can't do 100 like these other 5 RTX 3080s. So yeah, my experience with RTX 3080s so far has been pretty interesting. So I guess we will see how this Zotac one fares on my test bench, all right? So let's bring this now to my test bench and we will see. I just want to see how big it is compared to my RTX 3060, okay? This is the Zotac, I believe the Twin Edge model. So obviously in terms of length, the Zotac Trinity here is much longer and also thicker as well compared to the 3060. But anyways, I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna plug this guy in, and we will first start off with the Ethereum hash rate, and then afterwards we'll do the hash rates of all the other coins. And guys, if you don't want to watch the rest of the video, feel free to click on the link down below to my Google Sheet, and I have all the hash rates of other RTX cards there: 3060, 3060 Ti, 3070, RTX 3090, which I tested on this guy right here. Okay, this is the Strix model. So give me a sec. Okay, you guys can see the Zotac Trinity is on my test bench. Take a look at that RGB light bar kind of thing there. All right, now the hash rate you guys want to see. I am able to achieve, yes, 100, almost 100 mega hash, so 99.4548 mega hash. And you guys can see the power consumption in the software. It says 230 watts. It says about 56 degrees Celsius, but the memory temperature is at 100 right now. So that is a problem. I don't know if I want to keep this GPU running at 100 Celsius on the memory. All right, so you guys can see the memory junction temperature is at 100 right now, and it's not being thermal throttled. Like the software says, it's not being thermal throttled right now. So yeah, you see the thermal limit here, it says no, so it is not being thermal throttled, and we can achieve 99, almost 100 mega hash on this card. Okay, and then the power consumption at the wall for the whole rig is, yeah, 280 watts. So yeah, for this whole test bench includes the power supply, CPU, RAM, and the GPU, of course. All right, so there you guys go. I mean, pretty easy. You guys have probably seen the Ethereum hash rate for the 3080s all over the place already. So now I'm gonna concentrate on doing the other coins out there, okay? So like Conflux, Cortex, Ravencoin, just some other coins that are probably gonna be more profitable in the future, okay? So as you guys know, Ethereum is moving to EIP 1559, so I might as well concentrate on other coins out there. Oh yeah, and I also verified that this 3080 does have thermal pads on the backplate, all right? So anyways guys, I'm gonna take a couple hours to do some hash rate testing and I'll update the Google Sheet, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, so before I begin talking about the hash rates, I just want to have a disclaimer. When it comes to GPU mining, remember, Silicon Lottery results may vary from GPU to GPU, so my clocks, undervolts, voltages shown in my videos may not work for you because of the GPU brand, memory, manufacturing, what have you. Temperatures and your cooling methods will also play the part and have an effect. Test at your own risk and do your own research. Okay, so I have that disclaimer there because especially this is notorious for RTX 3080s, as like I said before, I've shown you guys before, there are different like overclock undervolt settings for every 3080 that I've tested so far. It's like some take, 225 watts, some take 230, some take 240, like in order to hit that, critical mass, that perfect hash per watt efficiency. So all the GPUs out there, guys, if you're trying to find that, perfect efficiency number, and now this is where I'm going to talk about how I did my testing methodology here. I tested a bunch of different coins here. So you guys know I just showed Ethereum. So this is the one that I was able to, this overclock setting here, 72 power limit, minus 200 core, plus 1200 on the memory, and 60% fan. Now, I just wanted to explain something really quick that I found quite interesting. So yeah, I can get 99.48 mega hash, but you can see here, I actually changed the fan to 100. All right. Once I did that, the mega hash started to drop, like not that much, but maybe like, 1 mega hash or so. It dropped a mega hash as the fan was going at 100%. So I found that to be pretty interesting. And I noticed that on some other power limits. And I also did test that on like some other ones here. So you guys can see as I was doing, minus 400 core, the hash rate would drop to like 94, 95 mega hash. I did minus 502 core and that went down to 92, all right, mega hash. And then you can see here, yeah, I did minus 200 and then I was able to get 99, almost 100 mega hash there at this exact setting that I did on my Zotac Trinity. This may not work for you, all right, depending on which AIB model you have, it could have different, power limits or something like that. So yeah, interesting. That's something interesting. This is the first time I've actually seen something like that. If you guys have had that, please let me know with your 3080. Okay, going down the list, you guys can see Ethereum Classic. I just did the exact same power limit there. Actually, I forgot to do it at 60%, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same 99.48. Okay, going down, Ravencoin. All right, so you guys can see I did a bunch of different power limits here, but I kept the same core and plus 1000 memory. And you can see the best in terms of hash per watt metric, the critical mass essentially, right? Enough power in order to get the efficient number of mega hash here is 43.65 mega hash on Ravencoin. So I had to do it at 80% power limit, which I thought was surprising, but no, it's good though. It's good. I think that was, this is the most efficient number that I was able to achieve. And so you can see that the mega hash number was going down, but not as efficient compared to 80% power limit. Okay, and then going down, Conflux, same thing. I did the same testing methodology. It looks like 80% is the golden spot for my RTX 3080. Again, disclaimer, it may not be for yours. So test at all these different, power limits and settings and see which one's most efficient for you. And if you guys are wondering what the hash per watt, it's just basically you divide the hash rate by the power consumption. So in this case, I did the watts software. All right. So not the system total. That may be dependent on your machine. All right. So not all machines are made the same. Different motherboards, different processors. You may have different power wattage consumption. So there you go. Conflux about 84.84 mega hash, which is really, really good. Okay. Now going down, Vertcoin, good old Vertcoin. I was able to get 1.6, the most efficient number. Surprisingly, I thought it would be, 80% 80% as well, but it looks like, I was testing all higher power limits here, 80% and such, but it really didn't help that much. So the number here, 1.6, and then you can see I was at 54 power limit. So the whole GPU itself was only taking about 172 watts, which is really efficient in order to get this number. You guys can see the hash per watt metric here. It beats out all the other ones here. So this is the most efficient one here. Okay, and then yeah, so that's Vertcoin, good old Vertcoin. I will have a dedicated video about them soon. Okay, next one is Cortex, and the most efficient one for me was a 68 power limit. Okay, so I didn't go too hard on testing Cortex, but the other power limits, but it looks like generally 68% was good for mine at 4.64. And yeah, and then I tested all the other coins you guys can see here. I won't go through them, but yeah, link down below for this Google Sheet so you guys can see what's going on here. But it's interesting to see that all these different power limits that I've tested, that different coins utilize different power limits in terms of the efficiency metric here. They're all basically different except for Conflux and Ravencoin. Those are at 80% power limit. But Vertcoin was 54% power limit, Cortex was 68, and Ethereum was 72. So it just goes to show that, I guess with the 3080s specifically, different power limits, you will see different efficiency, I guess critical mass numbers. All right, so perfect. All right guys, so that's the hash rates. Now you guys are curious, at the very end of this video, let's now talk about the profitability real quick here. I just want to go through this, as some people care about the profitability. Depending on what your mining strategies are, you can mine and hodl, then this doesn't matter, but for those that sell every day, then this matters to you. All right, so I'm going to hit calculate. I already have all the hash rate numbers from my Google Sheet here inputted into here, and now we can see Ethereum. It's still number one on the RTX 3080. So look at that, $10 a day, almost $11 if you had free electric. And then the next coin here is Conflux, and then Firo, and then Ravencoin, and so on and so forth. You guys can see going down the list as the profitability. Okay, so yeah, I guess it does make sense that Ethereum is going to be number one still, as these cards, yeah, you can get almost 100 mega hash on them, which is just amazing. And yeah, actually I forgot to check Cortex. Okay, so here's Cortex, and I'm gonna hit calculate, and we are making, in terms of profitability, $7 a day, which is pretty decent. So that would be in between Firo and Conflux. So Cortex would be right here. I'm not sure why What2Mine does not have Cortex on. Yeah, it says not listed here. It says active, but it's not listed on the main What2Mine sheet here. But anyways, okay guys, so that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about the hash rates that I just showed here, and I would love to know like what efficiency numbers that you guys get on your RTX 3080s. As I've talked about before, all the different models out there seem to have different power limit settings, and in order to get efficiency, let me know what you guys got. All right, my friends, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.